Welcome back to the podcast, the
Yes.
newly retitled On Repeat podcast. That's what we're going with.
Yeah.
Um, when we were picking on what one more tune, there was like a few other things called one more tune, but there was nothing that was like we felt was a massive roadblock. And
Mhm.
then recently, there's a guy who used to be an IB for DJ that you pointed out to me that started a podcast called One More Tune. So that's a
Exactly.
guy that's already got a decent bit of traction. And as much as, we might have got there with this specific thing before them, there's also argument that One More Tune is not necessarily like IP for us anyways, because there's
Yeah.
other things. I mean, there's finding a podcast name that no one else has that is a short, like snappy thing is not an easy job.
Such a
On
nightmare.
repeat isn't completely untouched. It's just that a lot of the other on repeat ones have like other tags with them. So it's like
Yeah.
one was like an OCD podcast or something. One was like a I don't know medicine podcast or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think we both kind of landed on this one because it's like similar kind of style. We're going to do a little section kind of every week. That's what we've got on repeat this week. What the things we're listening to, what the things we're doing.
Yeah.
I think that's quite a nice little sort of move away without it being too different. We've also got the sort of separation that we're trying to do, figuring out because it was going to be one more tune as like the big name of the whole idea, the whole media company thing that we're basically having the concept for at the minute. But you've made the good point that if you're pitching to corporate and stuff, having something that's quite colloquial doesn't necessarily scream the most like professionalized corporate thing.
Yeah.
And as much
100%.
as I would like it to be, chatting shit with Harry and Connor, I don't think that necessarily sells in the same kind of way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we're going with on repeat. I think that's pretty
I like
solid.
it. Everybody that I have run this by, my sister, my parents, everyone I've basically like said, oh, because a couple of people have noticed the change on Instagram and said,
Yeah,
oh,
we kind
it's
of soft
changed.
did it. I mean,
And everyone I've said it to has actually said, you know what, like I prefer it. Like people have said, like I feel like it's just like easier to say, it's cleaner, it's shorter. Obviously shorter in most cases when it comes to branding, shorter is better.
yeah,
Um so
yeah.
yeah, I'm excited. I like it.
Yeah, and we're going. I mean, it's this is very behind the scenes chat again to begin with. But
100%.
if we're
Yeah.
talking about the agency side of stuff, trying
Yeah.
to build up that we're going with SYNGR, SYNGR. We now own the domain, so that's not going to change. We have that pretty locked
Yeah.
in. We're going to be
Amazing.
building up the website and everything.
100%. Yeah.
Um, it's going to be a
I'm
good
excited.
chance to get a few more show reels sorted as well.
100%. I think next year, like, I'm excited for next year because I'm
It's
trying, like,
almost
I'm
like
think,
there's been a big block of marble that we've been chipping away
yeah.
at the idea,
Mhm.
trying to figure out what it is that the actual broader concept is.
For
Um,
me, it was when you sent me, and I know I sounded way too excited considering it was just some auto-generated thing, but when you sent me that graphic, I don't know why.
it
It
just
just like
simplified it, didn't it?
I just looked at it and I went, that's it. Like that is what I've been trying to figure out in my
Yeah, that's
head
why I've been saying it's
so
like
long. Yeah.
pillars within a
Yeah, yeah,
broader
yeah.
structured thing.
Yeah,
Um,
100%.
so yeah, it's going to basically be the production house and the agency side. Well, it's going to be Singer Music Group is what we're
Yeah,
looking at the minute.
100%. Yeah.
And within that is running the podcasts. This podcast being one of them. We're wanting to get to a point where we can produce podcasts for other people, be a bit of a production house in that sense,
Yeah.
and also do agency stuff, also do events stuff, all that kind of thing. So
Yep.
more stuff will be built up as we go along. It's very still sort of like in on the ground floor at the minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's exciting times.
It very much is. As I say, I I'm struggling at the moment with the end of the year coming, Christmas and stuff like to try and the thing
Find
is
other
that
motivation rather than just knowing
well
you've got a lot of work that you need to get through anyways. To think about other stuff to make your life harder
yeah,
right now is really
but
hard.
I'm at the point where I know that if I think about it, there's that much stuff flooding in my brain of what we're going to do next year, all that right now I'm just a bit like, okay, right, you know
I'm
what I
just,
mean?
to be
Because
honest with you, we'll keep going and we'll keep plucking away at it, but
yeah,
it's
yeah,
going to
yeah.
be big swings sort of January, February, isn't it? When we've got a bit more
Yeah, yeah,
time to
yeah. Well,
think.
that's the difference is like the next month, all I've got is like work, work, work. And
Christmas
then
starts this weekend.
Because it's Christmas, you've got a million and one other commitments, family wise,
Yeah.
friends wise, to go and do all these things and Christmas markets and whatever. So it's so hard to like, to maintain it all. But I think for us, I think January, when January comes, that's gonna be
We're going to be so bored that we're going to have to do this.
exactly,
That's how it's
exactly.
going to work. Whether you want to or not, it's going to be so boring in January. To be fair,
Yeah.
I've not got loads. I've got enough. I'm happy with what I've got on in January.
I have got like four things, and it's semi-intentional. It's not in the sense of I haven't exactly been turning stuff away, but also I haven't been doing what I normally do and going out to actively seek things for that month and things.
The thing
I've
is, when you
kind of,
try anything you land in January that isn't a private party or a wedding,
yep, yeah, yeah,
January is a tough month for the venues as well. So
miserable, yeah, yeah,
they're not great gigs. If they're public gigs, they're
yeah,
often in bars that are. If you're putting on
yeah,
live music in January, it's either because they've got a full schedule that they always
yeah,
do it, or it's a venue that needs to try things to get people through the door, and it's often
100%,
slightly flogging a dead horse. Some of those public gigs in January.
yeah, 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 yeah,
So yeah,
100%, yeah.
um, this weekend is where it all really starts. I'm back on. We said like basically I burnt out again this week.
God,
Not great, but that's why we're doing it on Zoom again. We were talking about getting together to do the podcast in person today, but I've got 5 gigs this weekend. I know you've got a lot on as well.
yeah, I do, yeah.
When's the break after summer coming? Is it just January now?
I know. When summer finished, I was like quite kind of looking forward to it because in the
You
summer I
bank
worked
all of
out.
the good work that you've
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
done. You can sit
But
on it and look back
also,
on it. And
I bought a lot of cool stuff that for the house and stuff that I was like, I bought a new PlayStation, a new Switch, and I never got a chance to go on any of that stuff or whatever. And I was like, when summer ends, I'm gonna have these cozy winter nights where I'm in playing my game and all that and stuff, and it's gonna be really nice. No, like literally the days that I have off at the minute, all I'm doing is on Instagram, basically like replying to messages.
yeah,
Yesterday, for example, I didn't watch one reel, right? Not one reel. I went straight into messages, right, on the Instagram app, and that was it. Just replying to messages. And then I've set like one of those daily time limit things. I
yeah.
hit the daily time limit of 2 hours on Instagram just off messaging
Replying to
back
messages. Yeah.
requests. And it's like, and that's the thing. And so I was just like, oh, so my days off are just doing that. And then my days, obviously, that I'm working is just non-stop. I mean, I think I've got like 5 or 6 private bookings this weekend.
Yeah, it's
You know,
mad, isn't it?
oh yeah,
Where are you? Are you doing Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve?
I am. So Christmas Eve, I am actually just playing. I'm playing with my playing a local gig with my dad.
Oh, cute.
Intentionally because it's not supposed to be a duo. And then I said that they really wanted me to do it because like they had me on in the summer and everyone loved it and they wanted me back and I kept saying I'm busy and busy. So they asked if I could do Christmas Eve. And I said, I can do it if I can bring my dad and he can play with me. I was like, because it's Christmas Eve and normally I spend it with my family.
Yeah,
So
and
I
actually,
basically,
there's kind of different rules. It's almost like school, the last day of school term,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
All
yeah,
those kind of
100%.
Christmas gigs. Yeah, I'm
I
in.
told them like I will do the same set I normally play.
Yeah,
My dad will just be banging a cajon behind me instead of me like doing the stomp pedal, which will probably save my right leg anyway. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's
Because
cute as well.
that's basically what whenever we do anything together, he obviously plays a cajon, plays the drums, whatever. and basically it brings a cajon, and all he's doing is what I would normally do on the SPD, and he's going boom, boom,
Boom,
boom on
boom.
this drum for like, and I don't know how he does it, because I mean I can do it with my leg, but I couldn't imagine doing it with my hand, just constantly slapping the cajon for like
Yeah,
two
I've played
hours.
cajon in a few duos,
Yeah.
and after the gig, after 245s, 345s, whatever it is, your hands are literally like Mickey Mouse
You
swollen
get that like
hands.
pulsing feeling, don't you? In
Yeah,
the in
yeah,
you
but
know,
honestly, literally, like your hands swell up from doing it because you're just
yeah,
clubbing your hands against a piece of wood. Um,
yeah. No, it's crazy.
so
Yeah.
I mean, we can crack on with whatever. One of the things with it being on repeat is that when we have guests on, it's a good thing to have a sort of section where we're like one thing on
Okay.
repeat that's music, one thing that's on repeat that's
Yep.
like something you've been doing recently in
I
your
like this.
job that makes your job easier,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
one thing you've been doing in your life that makes your life easier.
Yep.
So we didn't really prep it. I've got one that I can start with that I've been listening to on
Okay.
literally kind of slightly OCD repeat. So are you onto Tiny Desk on YouTube?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. NPR or whatever.
NPR Tiny Desk. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if people don't know, it's very well known. I'm sure a lot of people do know. NPR, the American radio station, have a YouTube channel where they get artists to come into their offices, and it is the stalest setting for a gig
I mean,
ever.
it's not really a tiny desk at this point, though, is it? Because they've literally got like, a
Yeah, if you look at some of the
massive.
first one, it's different. It has
Yeah, yeah,
grown and
yeah.
developed, but the
It's
whole point is that
essentially an
it's like,
office gig, is what it is.
yeah,
Like
yeah, it's
by
like
now.
going into someone's literal office where people but that's it. It's authentic. It's not a stage.
I love it. And have you seen the way that they do the audio mics? It's all like room mics and things.
It
It's
is
not like
incredible.
overproduced.
It is
Yeah,
some of the mixing
yeah,
for those tiny desks is the best
amazing,
live mixing of
100%.
anything like that I've ever heard.
Hmm.
So the one recently is a band called Parcels, and I think
Right.
I've been annoying Alex because they
I love parcels.
they're
Yeah,
really
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
They're sort of like a poppy, funky kind of quite
Hmm.
upbeat, quite light-hearted music.
Yeah, 100%.
But
Maybe like
they
Blossomsy kind of,
Yeah, a
would
little
you
bit
say?
more funky, sort of
Okay.
bit more
Yeah.
rhythmic based,
Okay.
bit more kind of like I don't know how
Yeah.
you describe it. It's a bit more sort of funk and soul, kind of like got a bit of Nile Rodgers guitar riffs and stuff going on
Nice.
in it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I watched their Tiny Desk. I'd seen them a bit. I'd like got onto them a little bit last year. Never really sat down and gone through their catalog and
Yeah.
decided what songs I liked and what songs I didn't. But I
Yeah.
saw their Tiny Desk, and they are one of the tightest live bands that have ever been on it. And they're not. They're quite a big band. I mean, they're from Australia and they've toured around the world and stuff. So
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
obviously at a certain level. But they've got. They do a lovely thing with a lot of their set. It's like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 5 songs or whatever it is. But
Right.
they blend in between the changes of songs and stuff. So they do really interesting rhythmic stuff in between the songs to get from one song to another. If
Yeah.
it's 100 BPM to 130 BPM, they just do
Right.
like a little musical cue thing between the whole band to get from one BPM to another BPM, and they're in sync,
Insane.
perfectly in sync,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that
yeah.
is so hard to do.
100%.
Playing in bands
Yeah.
and playing in like ensembles before, it is so hard to do. You can get those kind of stabs and cues
Yeah.
in a normal song. If you're playing like in a rock band and stuff, it's quite often to be like ba 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 ba, that kind of thing. But
Yeah. 100%.
they do a tempo change version of it. So it's like something that in 100 BPM they play the triplets, but then the
Right.
triplets become the crotchets in the 130 BPM, and they just move on to the next song. It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Wow. Yeah,
I'll have
yeah.
to show you the little clip
Yeah,
because
100%.
it's
I'll
between
give it a watch.
two of the early songs. They like I've been like obsessively just watching that because it's the tightest, coolest thing. Because they all like bob their heads together in time with it as well. It's so sick.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Tiny Desk Parcels is my current on repeat.
Okay. Okay.
I also watched this morning. Tiny Desk are on absolute fire. They've obviously had some of the biggest musicians of all
It
time.
sounded like your on repeater's tiny desk, to be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah. Well, no, it is honestly at the minute
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
they've had the
Okay.
three most recent artists they had on was the Doobie Brothers,
Yep.
Pulp,
Okay.
which is mad,
Yeah.
You never put
I
Pulp in
can't
that scenario
imagine
because
that in
a
a
lot of the Tiny
stripped
Desk
back.
stuff has
Yeah.
been like, I don't know, kind of some rappers and stuff. It's like it's
Some of
so
the
cross genre.
best I've seen on that is Alicia Keys, who is
Yeah, yeah,
just
unbelievable.
unbelievable,
Her
and
voice, mate.
obviously controversial, but like I know a lot of people are like, oh, whatever, but actually Coldplay's one was incredible
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
they had like a choir
Gospel
with
choir
them,
with him.
like a gospel choir, and I was just
But
like,
mate,
wow.
it's in the room.
Yeah, I know.
It's no overdubs.
I
It's
think they
just
have an
played live.
audience,
Yeah,
don't they?
it's the
Yeah, yeah,
staff. It's the staff that work at NPR. They're just the
yeah.
crowd
It's
for it.
insane. I
So
want a
some
job
notable
there.
ones. Some notable ones. Do you know a band called Turnstile?
Yeah, yeah.
Post hardcore band. They did a mosh pit, like crowd surfing mosh pit in Tiny Desk. Unbelievable.
Insane.
I think it's the tune Birds where it's like jump, jump, jump,
Yeah,
dun,
yeah,
dun, 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 and he like gets up on the desk and dives into the crowd. Fucking sick. So good.
yeah.
Parcels just for how tight the band is. But like the recent
Unbelievable.
ones
Yeah.
have been so Doobie Brothers. No shade on Doobie Brothers. Them guys is old now. They cool as fuck, but they are.
Yeah, yeah.
That wasn't the tightest one I've ever seen.
No, 100%.
I
Yeah, yeah.
didn't. I haven't actually watched the Put one yet, but I watched the one that they released few days ago. Goo Goo Dolls.
Right.
So Goo
Okay.
Goo Dolls just did a Tiny Desk, which sounds
Right.
so mad because I don't know. There's some bands when it's such a plain setting to do a gig in
Yeah.
that when there's bands that have got like I don't know so much aura about them and everything
Yeah.
is sort of like performance and show as well as just music. It's hard to
Yeah.
imagine. It's like seeing Guns N' Roses playing Tiny Desk or something,
Yeah. Yeah.
or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this big dramatic rock band
I
playing
mean, I
Tiny
feel
Desk.
like Iris. I feel like Iris was made for that type of setting, though. Almost, you know.
Iris was made for that famous video where it's fucking raining in
Oh, mate,
1990 or something. That
that
is the
is.
greatest music video of all time. All time.
Well, I thought it was, and then I seen. Have you seen that video of Metallica playing Enter Sandman in Manchester? And basically, like it's professionally recorded and everything, and the rain is just like belting down, right? And literally, it's like bouncing up off
Off
the
the
drum
drums, is that
skins,
okay?
and
Yeah.
literally, like when they stood like playing like the solo from Enter Sandman, just with the rain pour, it's just like, oh my god, that is the coolest thing ever. Yeah.
I will still hold that I think I don't want the world to see me with him playing the acoustic guitar and just like
It is
covered in
amazing.
rain.
It's his hair. It's his hair and
Yeah.
everything. The way it's
The
just
problem
like,
is with
oh,
him is that
perfect.
he's
Yeah.
tried to look exactly the same age since then. So he looks.
Yeah.
Alex said he looks taxidermy, which
I mean,
is a
yeah,
bit
I get
rough.
it. I get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I know what you mean.
But so they
Yeah.
do. The last song is Iris on Tiny Desk, and
Okay.
they nail it. You'd
Of
think.
course they do.
I know that song is acoustic and stuff, but it's such a big production, dramatic
It's amazing.
production, big
Yeah, yeah,
strings and stuff in it.
yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
don't do
Got
that
like
in the
the
Tiny Desk.
ukuleles and
Yeah, he's
all
playing
this
mandolin. He's playing mandolin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry, mandolin. Yeah.
ukulele.
The
REM played on the
the folk
ukulele.
version. Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Yeah,
But
no,
they nail
100%.
it. They absolutely nail it, and it's such a hard song to get right because it's so dynamic
Yeah,
that when you're in a
yeah.
setting like that where it's hard to work dynamics like that because you're in a
Right.
dry room with no acoustics, no
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
reverb.
See, that's what I like about it though. It's revealing because you know when you get all these kind of stars who are not actually that great live, you can tell straight away. They can't hide behind all the production value they have on these big shows and things. You know, that's what I love
No
about
auto
it. One that
tune.
I thought, not that I'm saying it was bad. I'm not saying it was bad. But one I didn't particularly enjoy so much was the Macklemore one or
Yeah,
Macklemore or whatever
yeah, yeah.
because it was so dry and I think like he really wasn't helped by the production on it, you know what I mean? Because like, you know, I don't know, there was just something about it where I was just a bit like, this
This hasn't
doesn't
landed.
sound, yeah, this doesn't sound like it does
No.
on the record, which
Well,
sounds amazing.
it is the complete opposite of what we were talking about last week of being able to mask everything with AI. That is the
100%.
purest, cleanest version you're going to get of watching the
Well,
people, the musicians in those bands having to get it right.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you've mentioned this because onto my own
When is
repeat
your
thing.
AI album coming out?
So actually, I'm about to say the opposite.
Okay.
So my on repeat this week is I bought some books, real life books.
I can't read. I've
Um,
lost the ability to read. My reading age has gone
well,
down in the last
like
three or
you
4 years.
can't read music or like you just can't read a book.
Can't read.
Like
Can't read written text. I just
or like
can't read anymore.
really?
Yeah, I don't.
Wow.
I've unlearned the skill of reading just from like podcasts, audiobooks. Because it's less mental effort.
Yeah. But you see, that's why I've been reading because it's a way of kind of slowing down a bit, you know. And anyway, so what I did this week was, like I told you, I've been doing some work around the house, some ridiculous work. I also did something that was the opposite of slowing down, which was I bought those those like Philips Ambilight things that go around the TV and they like match
Oh,
the color.
immersive
They
light thing.
match the
Yeah, yeah,
colors,
yeah.
and I was just sat there with my jaw open, like,
Is it
oh
good?
my god, it. Whenever I see like you come here, you need to have a go because
Yeah, yeah.
once you see a film like that, you will not want to like go back to just watching the normal frame because it's almost like it's in your peripheral vision, right? So
Hmm.
it's not like you're staring at the lights, obviously. It's just all around. But it's like when
It's even more immersive, isn't it?
we were watching like Stranger Things, right? Because
Oh God, that's perfect
I've
for it.
been rewatching the last season for the new one coming out, and you know, like when they're in like the upside down thing, and the red lightning flashes
Yeah, yeah,
all
yeah.
across the like ceiling of my living room, like all the red lightning flashes, and it's like whoa. So obviously that is not slowing down. That is the opposite of what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I
But
know. Watching TV and
on
watching films and stuff
so
isn't.
that's two extremes. On the one hand, I got that, and it's insane. But back to my on repeat thing is like I decided this week that I wanna, especially in the days that I've got off, is like try to really slow down. And basically, I've got a couple of books that I want to read. I also have ordered a couple of vinyl records. Crazy. Why would you buy vinyl records in the era of you can have everything everywhere, you know, in
It's about
Spotify?
intentionality, isn't it?
You know, there's something, and it's not even real. It's not even real. It's psychological. But there's something about putting a needle on a physical vinyl, hearing that, you know, and it comes on, and it just, I don't know. Again,
The
it's
music's so
real.
much more alive.
It's real. It feel.
You
I
can't
don't know
skip
how
track. I mean, you
because
can, but you don't. You don't go over to jump a track and stuff. You just
But
let
it
it play.
doesn't make any sense because sonically, it's really not that different. In fact, arguably, it's worse because they obviously on vinyl they have to compress the dynamic range to fit it on a vinyl groove. So technically, it's actually worse in terms of the
Yeah, unless you
depth.
have lossless audio through
Yeah,
whatever
yeah, hundred
streaming
percent.
platform you do. But I still think MP3 and stuff's lower quality than
Oh
analog. Like,
yeah. I'm talking about pure WAV, like digital
yeah,
stuff. But but yet, if I like, there's something weird about, and I did this the other day. Put a vinyl record on, light a candle. I sound like a girl. Put
get the
put
Vaseline out.
get the get the lush bath bombing. No, like no, but there's something like put the vinyl record on, light a candle, and read a book. And I did that for a couple of hours, and afterwards I was like, I feel like
Yeah,
reset, you know,
yeah,
and and I was thinking about this. I've been talking about this to a couple of people about like I mentioned about screen time and stuff earlier on, and like the thing is like I think that in the world the way it's going, and especially with all this AI stuff, everything's getting faster, faster, faster. Apparently, I don't know whether you've seen this on YouTube. There's a big thing going on, and I'm trying to talk about this as well because it's kind of trend. I feel like it's kind of trending. It's on point,
yeah.
but there's a lot of this stuff going on where there's videos with millions of views all about like quitting social media, getting off your phone. Like I replace my smartphone with like a 20-year-old flip phone
Yeah,
and
well,
changed my
I think
life.
we've talked about the brick things before, where you like tap it
100%.
on your phone and it blocks loads of
Yeah,
apps,
that's
and then
what I
you go
mean.
out.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
I've been really tuned in. This is my on repeat has been like wellness, like basically like personal wellness. I've been really trying to tune into these things, and it's amazing how many people like in the world. There's videos made like a week ago with over 1 million views on YouTube, all about like getting off screens
mhm.
and social media. And I think there's a balance. We run our businesses on screens that you can't just like completely leave it, you know. But I feel like I'm trying to do it where I've got set times, like office times, where I'm
Yeah.
using the screens, I'm using technology, I'm going to work, and then when I'm just in my personal time, just trying to not just continue to just be, on the same thing,
Yeah,
you
that's a
know?
tricky thing about our jobs is like when we're working, it's pretty antisocial hours all over the weekend, and then we have most of the week to ourselves to decide how we structure our schedule and stuff.
Hang
Um,
on, I'm just gonna make sure there's TIE fighters in the corner. Yeah, no, no, 100%. I mean, what's been my saving grace, and I implore you to get one. Please get one. I know you won't, but please get one. My saving grace has literally been this because what I now two reasons. First of all, when we film content at gigs, we do it on our phones, right, on a tripod. The ability to be able to start recording and see what your phone's recording, and even if your phone's off and locked on a tripod, you can leave it off, and when it gets busy, literally just you can have it as a widget on your
yeah,
home
yeah,
screen. Just tap it and it'll start recording video. That's invaluable. That's the reason I bought the watch. But the actual main benefit I've had is now I've been going out walking the dog, or I've been doing things like that, and literally like I've left my phone at home because I've got a cellular plan on the watch, so I leave my phone at home, and I can literally like make sure I'm not missing any. Like I can get phone calls, I can get texts, I can get
yeah.
WhatsApps, I can get
It's
Instagram
like a dumb phone
notifications.
on your watch, yeah.
Yeah, and I can reply to it all. You can even type. It's got a keyboard, although it's very not easy to do.
Yeah.
But you can reply to people with like your voice, basically, or you can reply to people with typing and stuff. And yeah, basically, it's like an old Casio watch or whatever. But it's like it's helped. I mean, my screen time this week has gone down from like 6-7 hours on my phone a day, insane, to literally like 2.5 hours, because I'm doing all my admin in the morning, and then I literally put the phone down, get off. If I listen to a podcast, got a podcast app on the watch, and my AirPods sync to the watch, not
Ah,
even
nice. Yeah.
not even with the phone, so I can go for a run. Not that I do that anymore as much in the winter, like slip
I've been
over,
thinking
but
about that today. It's a beautiful day outside,
it
but it's
is.
fucking cold. It's
Last
fucking
night
cold.
was -1, and I was driving home at like 1 a.m., and all I was getting was like ice warnings everywhere on
Yeah,
my
yeah.
on my car. Just like, you could see the black ice, on the roads.
We're done.
It's
Like so, this
Yeah.
weekend is just Christmas. It's just Christmas this weekend.
Are you gonna be playing Christmas
I'm
songs
gonna
this
play my
weekend?
first Christmas song this weekend on
What
Saturday
song?
night. I don't
What
know.
song?
Haven't decided yet.
Fairy Tale New York. It's gotta be. I
Uh,
love that song so
that's
much.
the best Christmas song. That is
It's the
definitively
best
the best
Christmas
Christmas
song.
song. I
It's
might pick a
unbelievable.
slightly obscure one that isn't super Christmassy. That isn't one of the Mariah
Like,
Carey or something.
baby, it's cold outside or something.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, not the noncy ones, but yes.
yeah.
I really
What
can't
about
stay, but I
E
put something in your drink.
some E17? Like,
Yeah, I
babe,
mean,
you
something
got to
that's
go
obviously a
away.
Christmas song, but isn't like I don't want a lot for Christmas, because it's I'm playing OBK again for the first time in a little while on Saturday night,
Nice. Oh, that's right. Yeah, exciting,
and
exciting.
it's going to be a weirdly big pub gig because it's the Oxton Christmas lights switch on Saturday.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
so
nice.
they've got like a 3 till 6 in the village. Everyone's turning the Christmas lights on, and then I'm gigging that night in OBK. So I've
Well,
got to
I've
play a Christmas song.
I've got my first Christmas gig this weekend. I'm playing in the Birkenhead Christmas
Oh,
market
is that
thing.
the
Uh,
market?
I'm playing on this Friday, at
Is it like afternoon?
11 a.m. because I told them that I've
You've got
got a
other stuff
baby.
on.
I've got a baby shower afterwards, and then in the evening I've got an engagement party. So like
You
I
on
said,
3 on Friday?
I'm on 3 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. Yeah,
Oh,
3 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, and then I'm off on Sunday.
fair. We're doing the same amount of gigs, just in.
And I'm playing tonight in voicing.
Oh, right, okay, cool.
Which I'm looking forward to. I've not been there for a while.
Yeah, it's nice chill gig on a Thursday. If you get a bit of
I love it,
atmosphere,
yeah.
you've won. If you don't,
100%.
I mean, it's just a chill Thursday gig, isn't it? So
Yeah,
I'm down
yeah.
at Elephant tonight.
Oh, nice. Oh, in
In
Parkgate.
Parkgate, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
straightforward, easy gig.
So we're on a similar vibe tonight, then I think.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm going to take my classical now.
when are you going to put up your Christmas decorations?
So not this weekend because I'm dead busy.
Have
Next
you
weekend,
noticed how many people have put them up already?
me and Alex put our tree up on November 1st last year because we were all sad and wanted to feel Christmassy and happy.
By mine, literally about 40% of the houses have got trees like lit up in a window, and I was
I'm
speaking
all
to
for it. I'm not a Grinch. I love Christmas.
No, I love it, but I was speaking to my mates and I was like, why do you think this is? And they were like, because everybody is just miserable at the
Yeah,
minute
this
because
time of
like,
year is
you know,
generally
cost
crap.
of living as
Yeah.
well. Like, you know, cost of living, it's cold outside, you can't do as much. They were like, and people just like, you know, bonfire
You want to
nights
feel
over,
cozy and
people
festive
want
and
the
stuff.
Christmas cheer. Now, I'm thinking about maybe putting my tree up this week, I think. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking about it. Now, my main reason, though, is not the Christmas cheer. My main reason is I invested a lot of money last year because I needed a new tree.
Wait, we need to get a roadcaster.
Yeah,
And we need what
I
has Connor
know,
spent his
I
money
know.
on this week.
I know.
Cha-ching!
I might look into getting one actually. I'll see this week, but yeah. But anyway, so I ended up spending, I believe it was £500 or £600
Connor.
on
Not on your tax bill, though.
an 8.5 foot Christmas tree.
Can you bring it
and
to Claremont in a few weeks?
it is insane. Put it this way, I defy anyone who lives in my like local sort of not village, whatever, neighborhood, whatever. Like anybody who's by here, there is no one with a nicer tree. Like, and you know when you set it up and you're like, oh, that's cool, and the next day you're like, why did I do this? I could have went on holiday or something.
Yeah, mate.
You know, but it literally reminds me of. You know, the tree of the. I know it's not this big, this dramatic, but you know, the tree on the Polar Express. when I plugged it in and it lit up because I obviously had to buy 3 lots of fairy lights
To go around the whole thing. If you looked at an aerial view of your neighborhood when you turned your Christmas tree on, everyone else's lights would have dipped off and on there.
Yeah. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have to do a Christmas like on repeat like episode in front of my Christmas tree.
Yeah, we'll do a cozy episode. What day is Christmas this year? Because we can
It's a Wednesday or a Thursday.
Well, there you go. We can have an episode that comes out on Christmas Day.
100%.
Pre-recorded.
It'd be so exciting. Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty tied up for New Year's. I've got one gig, but it's an hour long and it's really good money. And
I've got a wedding that's done by 11 o'clock on New Year's Eve.
A wedding on New Year's? Oh, that's insane. I love that.
That's going to send me nicely into January with nothing else to do.
I've got that gig though between Christmas and New Year in the Scottish Highlands, which I'm every day.
Yeah, mate.
Every day I get closer to it. I dread it. I shouldn't say that. If the person who's booked me is watching this, I mean, I'm really excited. I am excited, but I'm also dreading the journey. Like, to be honest with you,
if it gets better, there is every chance that you just can't. Like, it's a real possibility that travel's impossible for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pack some skis. I think, just in case.
You have chains for your tires and stuff.
I know. I was saying.
You say yes to the maddest gigs as well.
I know, because the money is great. Like, because when something is
When you're willing to
awkward,
travel that far, you can basically
100%.
factor that into your
When
costs.
something has a lot of awkward factors in it, you can then say these are the list of reasons why I'm gonna have to charge more than my usual fee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the thing is, I mean, I'm getting enough money from that gig essentially to replace like 2 to 3 weeks worth of
Hmm.
normal work. Plus, I'm getting
Gets you
gorgeous
through to January then.
accommodation for the night in some like gorgeous cabin thing up in the Highlands.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can't really complain about it, but it is a bit of an insane gig, I will say. But it's Christmas, isn't it?
I've got a wedding in the middle of London next year at some point that I need to figure out. So
Oh. Did you see that
that other one
gig that I
before,
just
yeah.
posted? Yeah, I
It
know.
was amazing how many people jump on it though when you say how much you might get paid for it. Everyone's
Yeah,
like,
I
"Oh yeah,
know.
no, it's an insanely impossible gig to get to, but don't worry, I'll figure it
Yeah,
out."
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Well, I mean, that's me. That is me. Like, someone will send me this thing. Hey, do you want to play this? Do you want to play this gig in like the I don't know,
On the
like
moon.
the French Riviera or something? I'd be like, yeah, I'll do it. I mean, you're infamous for this. Didn't you do a gig in France and have a Claremont show the next day?
Yeah, I finished the wedding gig. We've gone over this. I finished
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
wedding
yeah.
gig the morning of the day I was meant to be.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I was actually talking to BT about it.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Um,
because it was his
yeah,
brother's wedding.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He was telling me about it in the 361 the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I got heckled for playing Country Roads after a
Oh
Liverpool
no!
game. Oh,
Oh, you gotta tell that story.
that was a nightmare. Um, so I mean, look, listen, this brings up a very good question of music and football. Now, we don't
Hmm.
talk very much on football on this podcast for this reason, but the thing is that Liverpool were playing Manchester City, right? And Manchester City, oh no,
Spanked you
was it
three
City? It
nil.
was City,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
spanked you
yeah.
3-0.
That's right. And anyway, so yeah, so anyway, um, there's a funny thing about this, by the way. So basically, oh God, I've literally had 2 booking requests come through on my iPad since we started this. So anyway, yeah, I need an auto no reply now. If it says 2020, and if you could just tell AI if the date is in 2025, say no,
If the
and
date
then just
isn't a
give a
Monday or
blank.
Tuesday in 2025.
Well, yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I mean, but it never is it really? Um, but yeah, anyway, so obviously Liverpool played Manchester City. It didn't go so well. Liverpool have not been doing great lately, but hey, this isn't a football podcast, so it's fine. Um, you know. Anyway, so basically, I was playing a gig afterwards in Bar 361 in Prenton and Birkenhead. Um, we played there for ages. Owner's really lovely guy. It's a great gig. Really good atmosphere considering the
It can
size
be
of the
it can be a
place.
Sunday night. It's a small gaff, but it
It's
can be
crazy.
one of the
It's
best
it's
atmosphere you
like,
can play
is
in.
it classed as a micro pub?
It's smaller. It's like a
Yeah,
front.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a front
It
room size.
it's a shop. It's essentially a shop rip out, isn't it?
I
Like
think so.
no, but
Yeah, I think it must be.
yeah. So it basically, which sounds crazy compared to a lot of the other places we
Well,
play,
there's a lot
but
of
it's
local lads
amazing.
who go there to
Yep,
watch the footy, and it's like
100%.
sort of like a watering hole for a lot of people.
And it's a hub for private parties getting booked. Like, I can't tell you the amount of booking requests I've had. Oh, I've seen you in a 361.
I think I got
So
the Greece one off 361. I got
yeah,
the Greece
yeah,
wedding 361.
yeah. Yeah.
So you were
I get
playing, you were
chills.
smashing, you smashing the gig, not the
Uh,
Greece, not fucking Grease Lightning. Jesus Christ.
anyway, so you make a good John Travolta, I think. On stage. Get the leather jacket on. Anyway, so, yeah, so I'm playing this gig, and comes towards the end of the set, right? And one of my biggest bangers that I play is Country Roads. Always works with the ladies, right? No, no, that come out wrong. I mean, it does always work with it. Like, the girls love it. You know what I mean? Like, it's a classic.
You just, with the lady.
Sorry, the Zuko there in me from the Grease. Yeah. So so anyway, so it always goes down well. You know, the girls love to get up and dance, especially to Country Roads. Which is funny because it sounds like it should be a pretty like Country Roads, like a manly old song.
Yeah,
It's
but
not.
there's the
It goes
remix
off.
version. It's na na na, hey hey, na na
Yeah,
na,
yeah, yeah,
hey hey.
exactly. So that's what I do, right? So I play it at like 5 million BPM or whatever, and everybody's up dancing. It's everyone loves it. You get the groups of girls up and they're all doing the arm linking thing, and it's
Yeah, yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
It makes an amazing atmosphere. I love it. Um, but these moody guys who obviously had not had a great day because the big diehard Liverpool fans. Now, I want to say I'm a Liverpool fan, but I also like if
You
you
have you
lose,
can separate things in your brain a bit.
I'm not like Liverpool, like I'm not like sort of football is life, which I get some people are, right? And
Yeah,
that's fine, I get it. I mean, to me, music is life, and if something bad happened in music, I'd be the same. Maybe I'd be the same. But anyway, so they clearly had a few drinks and they went in a good mood and stuff. So I start playing Country Roads, and up until then, the response to the crowd had been amazing. Everyone was up dancing, everyone's into it, and then I start singing Country Roads, and all of a sudden, all I hear is boo boo. But it's not just like, how do I describe? It's not just like a boo. It's
it's
like
like a fuck you boo.
it's like it's like a football boo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah,
sort
yeah,
of
yeah.
so they're really deep and projecting it. And I can't even hear myself because like I didn't have monitors because
Yeah,
361's tiny. I just have one speaker at the side of me, and I'm behind the speaker so as to not feedback. And so I'm a little bit behind the speaker, so I can't hear myself that well. And it was that loud, I literally couldn't hear myself. Right, so I'm just like, like, what do I do? And I had to stop. Normally, I would have carried on, but it was that loud, and everybody was like looking at them, booing me, and looking at me, and I was like, this is making a scene here, like, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
bad.
Like,
Yeah,
so,
yeah, yeah.
so I had to stop, and I was like, so I said, what's up? What's the matter, guy? What's up? And then like one of them just kind of stood up and shouted like, that's a Manx song. Why are you playing a Manx song, right? And I was just like, so at this point, like I said to you, I was
I
pretty
thought it
much.
was a United song, not a City
It
song.
is.
So it doesn't
And do you
even
know?
make sense.
Do you want to know what the ironic thing about it is? By the way, is I played Wonderwall a couple of songs earlier and they didn't care.
Oh no.
And anyway, so who are obviously, for anyone that doesn't know, infamously Man City supporters. They have Man City
Noel
flag
Gallagher
on
goes to
stage and
every
everything.
game, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So like literally, yeah. So they clearly just didn't know. They just heard Country Roads and like, oh, you know what I mean? Maybe they just weren't listening when I was playing Wonderwall. I don't know. But my point is that so anyway, I had to stop, and they said, "Oh, it's a Manx song." Blah, blah, blah. And I said, so I said to them, I went, "Listen," I was like, I just,
We've all been having a nice time.
my go-to thing is like, I just say I don't really follow football. It's like deniability. It's like, oh, sorry,
Yeah.
I don't really follow football. I do, but I wasn't gonna say that at the
Plead
time.
ignorance, yeah.
Yeah, so I was just like, I don't really follow football. I was like, listen, like, it's an amazing song, like, and this song was written years, before it became related to football and stuff.
Mhm.
I was like, and
And think of
anyway,
all the other songs that every club has had a chant for that has like
yeah,
changed the lyric.
exactly.
Free from
It's like,
Desire is
like
every team song.
yeah, like, I don't, I play Sit Down in
Mhm.
Manchester, and they don't
Yeah.
go, oh, this is the most Salah song now,
I'm an Everton fan
like.
and I play Sit Down.
Yeah, exactly, because it's an amazing song. You've got to separate the football version chant from. Yeah, all right. Listen, I understand.
I might
Like,
not play Sit Down in Murphy's after an Everton game.
yeah, I understand. Like, you'll never walk alone if you're playing that. Like in Manchester, you're probably not make it out. But like, but what I'm saying is not most songs that have just recently been given a spin of it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's kind of one of them. But so anyway, I just basically said, listen, this song's amazing. It was written far before it was a football song. Like, just, whatever. And
Did you
then,
tell them all to fuck off?
yeah, and then all the girls. I was trying to be polite, but yeah, basically,
Yeah.
I did say to that. Listen, I was a bit high on just pure adrenaline from the gig. This
Yeah.
was my final big number. Everyone's up dancing. I was like, I had that sort of adrenaline rush going, and I thought I was, much harder than I actually am, because like, that's what happens. You have this little bit when you're on stage and
Yeah,
you
it's an
kind of
ego boost
feel,
and stuff. You feel a bit
yeah,
hard.
yeah. It's like, it's like that pump, isn't it? In the gym where you feel like you're massive and you're not. Anyway, so yeah, basically,
Yeah, I
I
wouldn't
ended.
fuck with the lads in the 3-6-1, mate.
I know.
Oh,
Like, I
no.
literally never packed up quicker from a gig. But
Yeah.
yeah, so anyway, so I told him to fuck off. And I was like, mate, this song was a banger way before it was a Liverpool song. Sorry, way before it was a Manchester song. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck off. So anyway, carried on playing it. Then all the girls that were up dancing were like, yeah, like cheering at me for
So
telling them to.
you've pinned the crowd against itself now.
Yeah. So basically, at this point, this was the last song, and I was like, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna get the hell out of Dodge, kind of thing. So I literally was like, finished Country Roads. Everybody was like singing, and then
And you go, United.
and yeah, and anyway, so as I say, yeah, I then took off my shirt to reveal the Man United T-shirt. No, but yeah. So as I say, that was that really, and it was a bit of a nightmare. But it did. I messaged you about it obviously afterwards, because I was a bit upset, because
Yeah. You feel like in that 90% of that gig has gone great. You feel like you're gonna have that nice buzz after a good gig, driving home, feeling good about yourself. End of a weekend, you can kind of bank the good work over the weekend.
100%.
And then it all turns on the last thing. You're like, for fuck's sake, man.
I know. But the thing is when that adrenaline wears off and you think you actually have time to think, because you're not on stage, and you think about the gravity of it, and you're just thinking like, it just like everyone's having a good time. Why does it take a group of guys knowing that I'm clearly not trying to, like,
Yeah,
what
it's
I mean?
not deliberate, is
Listen,
it?
if I was sat there, what I mean, playing like every
Baiting people,
United song,
baiting everyone,
yeah, exactly, like, I'd completely get it. But as I say, like, it was one song, and it's a very popular song. It's not some niche song that
No, I mean,
I've pulled out the
I've
bag.
played Country Roads in 3-6-1 100 times.
Yeah,
To probably the same group of lads. It's just a scenario of
it was just the
that day.
circumstance of
Yeah.
it. Yeah. I think so, and I think like
So
as
unlucky.
well,
So
the
unlucky.
Liverpool fans were on a bit of a low, because this is just at the point where Liverpool had lost like consecutive games, and everyone was in a bit of a low mood. And I think just like apparently me playing Country Roads was like the nail in the coffin for these guys to just be like,
You
So
got
that,
outside
I mean,
and your car's on bricks. Like,
I just don't think that you need, unless it's a football thing,
yeah.
you just don't need to associate music with football.
Yeah, it's like I've had a few requests where people have gone. I literally had one, a wedding request in, and they were asking me if I'd wear an Everton shirt for a wedding, because they were Blues, but not everyone in the family was
Yeah.
Blues. And I was like,
Right.
my job is to try and make as many people happy as possible. And if I
100%.
am doing something that's probably roughly 50-50 split of a crowd of people.
Yeah.
And a wedding's funny because like often the people who've booked you have seen you and they like you. Most other people at that wedding don't have a fucking clue who you are.
100%. Yeah.
And you have to win people over.
You're making an impression. Yeah, exactly.
And if you make an enemy out of people before you've even started to try and win them back over at a wedding gig, I understand it's funny to maybe do one tune or like get the groom up if these are Blue to sing an Everton song.
100%.
Because then it slides off me onto him because it's not me doing it. It's like for them, and you can't be mad at me because it's the groom and all that kind of stuff. You can hide behind it a little bit.
100%.
But to just go all out and be like, 30, 30 minutes of Everton tunes, and then we'll get into everything else. I'm wearing an Everton
Yeah.
shirt at a wedding.
You
I couldn't
kind of put
imagine anything more
yourself
mad.
in that bracket as well with like as like a football singer kind of thing.
Mm.
Which look, there's nothing wrong with. I mean, look at the success like Jamie Webster's had or whatever. I mean,
Yeah,
like
mate. Some of the
there's
lads who were playing in the bars by the
yeah,
Everton ground and stuff are doing
yeah.
very some.
Oh yeah,
Ryan Rooney's the Everton guy at the minute.
100%. That's right. Yeah. And I mean, they've got a massive following. They're doing really well. So there's nothing wrong with that. But I definitely feel, even though I'm sure they do some weddings and things, it's not really the same kind of vibe category most people are wanting at the weddings, and you don't want to put yourself into that category. I feel like at weddings, most people are wanting people who are coming, they dress sharp, they
Yeah,
look the
there's like
part,
a professionalism associated to it,
yeah,
and
a
I think
hundred
there's
percent.
a slight I don't want to say roughness, but like sort of
Yeah. It
maybe that's
feels more like colloquial. It
yeah,
feels more like yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah.
yeah.
No, 100%. That I feel that.
Yeah, so I try and
I
avoid the footy stuff where I can,
I nearly
unless
s-
I'm
I nearly
deliberately playing a footy gig.
I nearly slapped James Brackley the other week because he showed up to do a wedding show reel that I was like helping to film and stuff, and he
Mm.
showed up to do it in like actually this was months ago, but he showed up to do it in like
Full trackie.
a pair of like 110s.
Yeah, but that's
Like
Brackley, isn't it? That's what
no, I
he's
know,
come
but
for.
he was saying to me like he wants to get more weddings, and I was like, mate, like
You get loads of Scouts weddings if you wear 110s. People be like, he's one of us.
I know. Maybe it's me, maybe it's me. You know what I mean?
No, no, I
Because I
agree. I
get
know what you mean. I know what you mean.
But as I say, I'm just the thing is I'm kind of pulled into this whole. A lot of the wedding singers I follow are very much like country estates with like the nice shirts and the nice not cargo pants, like chino pants and
Yeah, it's funny
and
what to
all
wear
that
for a
thing.
gig because like we were speaking to Danny, weren't we? And he was saying
He's
that he
always dressed
basically
sharp,
no,
Danny. He always looks
dresses
good.
he dresses smart cash pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
And
Joe
he's
Reeves as well. Joe Reeves
yeah,
dresses smart as well. He's always got
it's in
The
my head.
Ralph
It's
Lauren
the
on.
Sky Sports presenter look.
The pundit, yeah.
Yeah, the Sky
Yeah.
Sports pundit look. That's my
Yeah.
now go-to for weddings and stuff. Is
Yeah,
if I
yeah,
could
yeah.
stand on the side of a pitch and do a little bit of footy analysis, then I'm getting it right. I think.
100%. Yeah. No,
Like
that's a good
even if
idea.
you're doing the earlier on in the day stuff, if I've had it where I've been dressed smart enough, but you turn up and everyone's suited and booted for the start of a wedding and you feel underdressed. Even
Yeah.
though I'm a performer, I'm not part of the wedding.
Yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
there for the ceremony and stuff, it's different. You kind of do have to blend into the.
100%. Well, I've got a story. First time this has ever happened to me.
Okay, last
So
story of the week.
embarrassing. So embarrassing. So, I mean, it's literally a 1 minute story, but, it's the first time it's ever happened to me. So I'm playing christening last weekend, and this guy goes, basically I'm playing, this guy goes up to his daughter, and, like, they've been, obviously it's his daughter, because they've been, like, talking all night and wherever, sat together, and he shoves her, like, and he points at me, and he goes, he's nice, what about him, to his daughter, right? And bear in mind, this daughter's like 20, she's not a kid, right? And she turns around to her dad and she goes, he's old. And that's the first time in my life that's ever happened to me. And I literally went home and cried. No, I didn't cry. But I went home and I was just like
bought
in
some stem
shock.
cells on the
And
internet
and then the next day I was at my parents' house and I told them and he went, well, welcome to this stage of your life now. Like, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. They were like, you're not in your early 20s anymore. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. And
I'm not in my late
honestly,
20s anymore.
you know,
I'm not even in
well,
my late 20s anymore. So
that's right. You were 30 this year, weren't you?
yeah, in June, yeah.
Yeah. So, I've still got that fun thing to come shortly. Which, I'm not looking forward to, but
It's not as bad as you think.
I think I'm gonna just go on a cruise to. That's my plan because I turn 30 the same year that my mum turns 50 or whatever.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's
Yeah.
like two big birthdays. So basically, I think we're gonna go on like a family big cruise to like America, like the Caribbean and things or something. I think that's the plan. and I'm going to try and ask if I can do a couple of gigs on the cruise so that I can write the whole thing off to HMRC. That's the plan.
This is not financial advice,
No,
just so everyone
100%.
knows.
I've been getting some lovely texts off them, my dear friends, HMRC.
Yeah, mate.
Make sure you pay your tax by the January deadline. I'm like, I don't want to, though. You know? I really need to sign up to this monthly thing. You know,
yeah, I don't know why everyone doesn't just, because it basically makes your job like a PAYE job.
It's so much easier, but
I
just don't want to give them money. Like I do for legal reasons. I just want to say I do give them money, but I don't want to give them money.
Yeah, I mean, well, the whole point is like trying to make your tax bill,
yeah,
100%. Right, but as small as possible.
Oh yeah, 100%. You know, like everything that I purchase, I do obviously, as you know, purchase a lot of crazy things. I can't quite write off the Christmas. Well, I'm talking.
If you bring the Christmas tree to the Claremont event,
I'm talking to my accountant at the minute because, right, here's a little thing.
Should we end the podcast so you can tell me this?
No, because
confidence?
This is good advice for the people. Because it's 100% legal. So
sounds illegal when you have to say it's 100% legal. That makes it sound really illegal.
So this room that we are currently in,
percentage rent, yeah, same thing,
right?
Same thing.
Okay,
look at all the stuff.
But if the Christmas tree spends a significant amount of time in this room when I am recording Christmas songs for covers for Instagram,
it counts.
It is technically a prop for a video. And therefore, the whole thing, and I didn't come up with that. My accountant told me that, and he's, a registered accountant. So
does that mean if I bring my air fryer in here while I'm filming stuff?
I mean, I'm not sure. Because technically,
sort me food out while I'm working.
Because technically, I will say that if we're being genuinely honest, you would have to have bought, like I would have to have bought the tree with the sole intention of that, and not any meaningful gain or joy out of my personal life. So I am joking about the Christmas tree, but the point is and also the fact I bought it last year. So yeah. Anyway, but point is that there
speak
are
to your accountant.
Yeah, speak to your accountant, because there are so many people in this business that are overpaying tax. Everyone goes on about like underpay people who are tax evading, but there's so many people as well that I know that are overpaying tax.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm overpaying.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I tell you something though. Last year, I paid too much tax, and I got a letter off the government saying, so you paid too much tax. We owe you a tax rebate, right? So they said, we'll send you out a check in the post. Never came.
Nothing.
If that was the other way around, I'd be in prison right now.
But they might do it on like credit on your account.
Maybe, but it said that they would send me out like a check for the balance in the post or something on the letter. This was like back in maybe I don't know, June or so. I can't remember. And and basically like I think it was like 25 quid. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a principle thing though.
But
if we missed a payment,
it's the point of if you don't pay it to them though, like you best believe these people will be knocking your door down to take all your things for the council, but for 25 quid as well. But like but when it's the other way around, it's like, we'll get the check when you get it. Do you know what I mean? Like. But yeah, that's my lovely relationship with the HMRC.
They aren't getting a Christmas card this year. Right, let's wrap it up this week.
Yeah, no worries.
On repeat, there you go. That's the first proper branded episode. The last episode we put out last week had the branding on it, but this is now on repeat. We're gonna have to change the little title sequence and stuff.
I need to change the link tree. I've noticed. Need to sort that out.
We need a new Gmail. We need a new. There's lots of other things.
I've done the Gmail.
Have you?
Gmail. Yeah, I need to send you the password.
Yeah, because I can set up Patreon and stuff.
100%. Exciting.
We'll worry
times.
about that not on the podcast.
Exciting times.
Yeah,
a little bit of a chaotic behind the scenes episode to everything that's going on with the podcast, but I like that. It's bringing people in as part of the community
along the journey,
to our struggles of trying to make it as famous podcasters and eventually, hopefully, getting to fight Anthony Joshua when we reach enough internet fame.
Yeah, we'll have to tag team. Me off the top rope.
225 million. That's what he's getting. So,
Wow. Okay. Well, aspirations there, Connor.
Exactly.
Manifest.
100%. I just want a haircut, to be honest. That'd be all right. Yeah. Right.
All right.
Yeah. See you next week.
See you later, gang.